Mr. Monk.
Derek just wanted to stop in and say goodbye. They found a full-time replacement for the class. She's coming in tomorrow.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Monk. A good teacher merely explains, a great one inspires. I think you could have been a great teacher.
Well, I'll still be here. Just won't be teaching.
Oh, yes, your hypothetical murder investigation. How is that going?
Pretty well, actually. Thanks for asking. We just got a big break. Her eyeglasses.
Eyeglasses?
Beth Landau always wore glasses. Seems she was blind without them. But they weren't near her body or on the roof. Where are they, you suppose?
I don't know.
No, we'll find them. Tomorrow morning, there'll be about 200 police cadets here, searching every square inch of the campus. We'll find them. And when we do, we'll know where Beth Landau was killed.
Good luck. Yeah, good luck.
Working late, Mr. Philby.
What's going on?
Mr. Philby, you're under arrest for murder in the first degree. Special circumstances.
Come on. That's insane. I told you I was...
Proctoring the SATs at the time, we know. It took me forever to figure out how you pulled it off. But then it hit me, you killed Beth Landau before the test started. You met her on the clock tower roof that morning at about 8 o'clock, 20 minutes before the test. Then you killed her, and you carried her body down the stairs to the clock room. This was inspired. She fell all right, but not from the roof. She fell from the clock. You laid her body out on the minute hand. It was 8:15. So the hand was perfectly horizontal. The SATs were to begin at 8:20. You had 5 minutes to get back to the classroom. Plenty of time. And you let gravity do the rest. It was just like one of your science experiments.
You took a pretty big risk, Philby, hiding the body in plain sight.
But it wasn't such a bad bet. That side of the tower faced the athletic field, which on a Saturday morning was completely deserted. Tick-tock. Until 8:25, when the body slid off the clock and landed on your car. You made sure that the alarm was activated so that everyone would know exactly when she fell. It was a perfect alibi. There was only one problem. The groundskeeper just happened to see you.
But you took care of him later.
I told you, Mr. Monk, a theory is just that unless you have some proof.
It's true. I don't have any proof, but you do. It's in your hand.
Oh, see, I found these on the roof. I think they're Beth Landau's. I think you're looking for them.
You didn't find them on the roof. You found them in the clock room under the gearbox because I put them there 2 hours ago. Only Beth Landau's killer would have known to look for them there. QED, quod erat demonstratum. Thus it is proved.
Get him out of here.
Did you get the red dress I sent you?
It's too weird just talking to a camera. Do you want me to wear it?
Well, that's the idea, sweetheart.
It's Captain Stottlemeyer.
Hello, Mr. Biderbeck.
Captain, I really wish you would have called. I'm a little busy at the moment.
I'm here to arrest you for the murder of Judge Kate Lavinio. That's a warrant. Duly sworn.
Sweetheart, I'm gonna have to call you back. Doctor, will you call Howard Klein and tell him we're suing the city for malicious prosecution again?
I have hired a local construction company to take out this door. We're gonna get a crane in here and lower your fat ass down to the street.
A crane? Oh, that's rich. But would you mind explaining to me how I'm supposed to have killed the bitch? I can't leave this room, remember?
Mr. Monk!
Well, my. It's the defective detective once more. Lay it on me, Einstein.
These 2 chairs are from the judge's house. The killer stood on one of them when he turned off the smoke alarm. A girl in the neighborhood saw, quote, a very, very fat man standing on it. But there's something funny about the chair. It's not broken. This is Sergeant Cargill from the 14th Precinct. Sergeant, how much do you weigh?
265.
Would you mind? So how could a very, very fat man have stood on it? There's only one explanation. He was a fat man, but not a heavy man. Lieutenant! I visited your clinic today and borrowed one of your empathy suits. Fat, but not heavy. I believe we have another warrant to serve.
You're joking.
You were in it together. You killed her. The fat man planned it, but you did it. It was brilliant. You killed her, and then you left clues behind to make it look like Biderbeck did it. Why? Because he's the only person on earth who couldn't possibly have done it. You wore enormous boots to leave big footprints. Breaking in was no problem. The housekeeper told you about the hide key. I admit I was confused until I figured out the sequence of events. First, you killed the judge. Then, you ransacked the house. Of course, you needed a witness. You put on one of your fat suits, set off the alarm, and then waited until you were sure somebody was watching. And finally, you called 911. And you're great with voices, Doctor. We've all heard you.
It's right downstairs.
Biderbeck even supplied you with videotapes of the judge so you could practice.
This is insane. Why would I risk everything?
Well, you really didn't have a choice, did you, Glenn? I knew Christiane wasn't your real name as soon as you said you were 37 years old. You told Sharona that you were named after Christian Barnard, but he wasn't famous until 1967, after you were born.
I put the FBI on it. They were looking for you. Your real name is Glenn Q. Sindel. You killed a child 5 years ago.
Accident.
You were operating on her so doped up you couldn't see straight.
Accident.
Convicted of manslaughter and reckless endangerment, you were looking at 15 years minimum. You jumped bail before sentencing, and then you disappeared.
Until now. And somehow, Biderbeck learned your secret, and from that moment on, he owned you. Didn't he?
Listen, I just have to say, fantastic work, really. Both of you, kudos. And for the record, I am shocked that my personal physician is both a fugitive and a cold-blooded killer. Shocked. But you can't really tie me to the crime, can you?
Well, now that really depends on Mr. Sindel. What do you say, Glenn? Would you like to talk to us?
It will be my pleasure. I'm looking forward to testifying against you. Maybe once and for all I can redeem myself for everything I've done. All the pain I caused. I detest you.
Do you?
With every fiber of my being. Biderbeck, you're an abomination. An odious, gluttonous, putrid freak of nature.
Wow, it's been a long time since anyone's called me that. Listen,
okay?
By the time my lawyers are through with you, you're not gonna know which end is up. There's not a prison in the country that can hold me.
There are very few shopping malls that can hold you. But nonetheless, we're gonna give it a try.
What's he doing?
I think he's trying to kill me.
What is it?
Oh, do you have the tickets?
No, I thought you had them.
Oh, I must have left them upstairs. I'll go, you stay, and meet your adoring public.
All right. Cheryl, your scarf is caught. Cheryl! Roberto, get to the elevator. Check on Mrs. Thorne. It's that damn scarf again. You just make sure she's okay.
Mr. Thorne, you better come up. It's Mrs. Thorne. I think she's dead.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. These are private elevators. The public elevators are across the lobby.
Yeah. PD, we're just gonna look around a little bit, okay?
Sure. Hey, well, what's going on? Can I help?
Were you on duty the night Mrs. Thorne was...
Why, is this like an insurance thing?
No, this is we ask you some questions and you answer with them.
Okay, but you owe me one. Here's what happened. They got off the elevator. Cheryl, that's Mrs. Thorne, said, "Do you have the tickets?" Daniel, Mr. Thorne, checked his pockets. No. She got back on the elevator. Elevator doors closed, and her scarf got caught. You could hear her screaming from inside. "Help me, Daniel. Help me." Well, that's pretty much it. They found her upstairs.
And she was definitely alone.
Oh, yeah, I was standing right there.
So, it was definitely her.
Yeah, positive ID.
What are you doing?
Look, it's odd. Look at her thumbprint. It's at a weird angle. Why would she press it like that? I would have pressed it like that. Wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is weird.
What is that?
It's a fingernail. It's dug right into the leather.
It probably broke off when she was choking to death.
No, I don't think so. It's just too far away from the door.
What do you think?
I think you were right. Something happened in here. It was murder.
I want to thank everybody for coming out here today. So let's get this thing built, huh? Well, thanks. I appreciate that.
Mr. Thorne, do you have a minute?
Yeah, sure.
No, sir. We don't want your autograph. My name is Natalie Teeger. This is Adrian Monk. We're here with some homicide detectives from San Francisco.
Oh, I hope you're staying here at the Monticello.
Yes, sir, we are.
We just have some questions about your wife and how she died.
You do? Well, we have our own police force here, Mr. Monk, and they've already looked into it. If you want a copy of that report, I can assist you with that.
Well, I've already seen the report, sir. It doesn't add up.
Oh, yeah? What doesn't add up?
The night she died, the two of you were going to a fundraiser at the Baker Street Pavilion.
Yeah, that's right. It was a fundraising concert for this hospital.
Right, but she forgot the tickets, and that's why she went back upstairs.
Yeah.
These were in your pocket, sir. Baker Street Pavilion, May 2nd.
Oh, my, but I didn't realize they were there. You know, if I'd have known that, she'd be alive here today.
We've spoken to some witnesses. They said that you looked for the tickets. They said that you checked your pockets.
They were mistaken.
Excuse me, I'm Miss Malenko. Hi, I'm Natalie Teeger. This is Adrian Monk.
We were working with the police department, looking into the death of Cheryl Thorne.
Why are you telling me?
Because you're sleeping with her husband? Sweetie, it'll take us half a day to check your phone records.
Okay, maybe that's true, but that's my business. Has nothing to do with his wife or what happened.
Miss Talenko, we already checked. The night Mrs. Thorne was killed, you called in sick. You missed the show.
Is he blind?
Define blind.
I called in sick because I was sick. I miss a lot of shows. Would you like to see a note from my doctor? What happened to Cheryl Thorne was an accident. She was on that elevator alone and she choked to death.
I don't think so.
Look, if you're gonna accuse me of something, the least you can do is look me in the eye.
Mr. Monk, come on.
Thorne killed her. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. I think you knew something about it, either before the fact or after.
Are you arresting me? Then I have a show to do. Excuse me.
Miss Talenko. But I'm smarter, and I am going to figure out how he did it. Bring it.
If you're trying to cheat me, Mr. Monk, we'll catch you. I got friends hiding in the ceiling.
In the ceiling.
That's right.
There's an access panel above.
I know how you did it. I know how he did it. He murdered his wife.
Good for him. Congratulations. Let's play cards.
Stay. Hit me. Here's what happened. You and your wife went out to that fundraiser. She left the penthouse with you, but she never made it downstairs. You killed her in the elevator on the way down. You had less than 2 minutes. That's all the time you needed. After all, you had help. That wasn't your wife in the lobby. That was Teresa Talenko, your mistress, in disguise. Come on, hit me! Stay. Teresa was a trained actress. Is that why you seduced her in the first place, I wonder? You hoisted her up through the access panel. Hit me again and make it a 10. Genius. What is that, 17? I'll stay. Hit me. Then Teresa took your wife's place in the elevator. You had 45 seconds. That was plenty of time. Hit me and hit me. Stay. Stay. The elevator door opened and you two went into your act. 2000, uptown and down. Let's keep it sassy.
You sure you want to do that? You said you'd quit.
Natalie, I know what I'm doing. When the door closed again, Teresa started to scream your name. Whoa! Blackjack, I believe that's the name of the game. Cheryl was already dead when she pressed the glass.
That's why her thumbprint was upside down.
Wait! I want to raise my bets. You said it yourself. You have friends hiding in the ceiling. It was a perfect plan. Everybody knew Cheryl was always catching her scarf on something. Nobody was surprised when it happened again.
It's a very interesting fairy tale, Mr. Monk, but that's all it is, a fairy tale.
Groundskeeping found these in the bushes. Are they yours?
Yeah, these are my pants.
Well, don't worry, sir. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Monk?
This is it! Remember I was saying that they didn't match? I was talking about the pictures. Look, 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 look. See, that's her body, right? She's wearing hoop earrings. So, check this out. Moments before she gets on the elevator,
Different earrings.
different girl.
We'll call Walliver. That's enough for a search warrant.
How many people read this paper? 50,000. Nobody else caught it.